Steven, I don't want to talk to Detective Caldas anymore. Get him out of here. This interview is over. Actually, Detective Herman Caldas is here, and he's going to be a guest speaker tonight out at CSUB. They're having this child abuse. He's a child abuse and sexual assault investigator. And if you have a 17-year-old daughter, you don't want to talk to this guy for more than about 2 minutes, as it turns out. And tonight at 6 at CSUB, and these college girls, I'm telling you, if you got a kid out there or got a kid anywhere, you better get them out there and have them listen to what these guys have to say, because it's actually good morning, Detective. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
It is actually, I'm more frightened now than I was before I talked to you. Seriously, about the stuff that goes on and the predators out there and the mean and the lengths they'll go to I don't even want to think about it anymore. These girls are in a lot of danger. What is the age of the girls that you're targeting that we need to try to make sure they're as safe as possible?
16 to 25 is the danger zone for women.
And here's the thing, and like I said, I just learned this myself. And like I said, I was telling him, like last night, my daughter went out to walk the dogs, and she took a perfectly gnarly German Shepherd with her, and I had to call her before I went to. If she wasn't gone 10 minutes, I had to call her and see where she was, because you just worry about this stuff all the time. But that's not even what we're talking about. It's not that. It's these girls that go out in these social situations where they think they're safe or they're with a guy or whatever the deal is, and I mean, date rape is not something that I'm glad you have to deal with that, because I can't. But GHB and these other that's actually fairly common.
Absolutely, GHB, Rohypnol, ketamine, and for that matter, alcohol is very prevalent in committing this type of crimes. And we don't want to get the public all paranoid, but at the same time, we hold this type of functions to make women aware that it is a reality. And the adage is that it will never happen to me because I don't go to the low-income section of the city. That's not true anymore. Mind you that last year we had a kidnapped rape in the middle of a shopping center in the daytime. So it can happen, and we want people to be aware. The more they know about the situations, the better tools they have at their disposal to make sound decisions.
And the problem, and I tell you, when you talk about alcohol, the first thing alcohol takes away from you is your ability to make good decisions. So you get a girl who's out there at one of these clubs, a bunch of these idiot guys around, she gets a couple of Long Island iced teas in her, and she's not thinking clearly. I mean, that's why you got to make sure they know this stuff, because you actually have a film that you show. These girls take off to go powder their nose, and these guys are putting that stuff in their drink while they're gone.
Yes, absolutely. One perfect example, Dateline had a program about date rape drugs, where they send undercover reporter, and he was buying drinks to females, and then he would go back to a crowd of guys and tell them what he was going to do, that he was going to put GHB in their drinks and was going to have a good time with them. And not one male ever stood up and warned those girls what was happening.
And that, I don't want to see that video, but I'm going to. Because seriously, what happened to guys in the world? I mean, if I saw a dude, if I saw some girl get up to go to the bathroom and I saw somebody put something in a drink, I would beat the guy to death right there.
And the scary part was that this research that this reporter did wasn't just on the East Coast. He went to L.A., he went to New York, San Francisco, and the same mentality of those guys existed all across the nation, that if they can take advantage of a woman, they will.
There is a segment of this society that thinks it's acceptable to drug women and then drag them back to their apartment, whatever, or the car or whatever, and have sex with these girls.
Absolutely. It happens quite frequently. Last year in the city of Bakersfield, we had a rash of date rapes. Women who went to the clubs, and unfortunately the window of opportunity for us to see any evidence is very limited, something like 24 hours. After that, we just don't have any evidence, any physical evidence that we can grasp to prosecute the person.
That is what. So these girls wake up and they just assume that they had too much to drink or whatnot, and then realize later that they have in fact been raped, and that by the time they realize that and call the cops, it's out of their bloodstream, and you can't even. It's not going to pop up on a test, and that means when you find the guy in question, you can't even charge him with any of that stuff because the girl she doesn't have any of the GHB in her system anymore.
Absolutely. The second dilemma is the guilt and the trauma that this type of rape causes on the victims. They're ashamed. To begin with, the side effects of those powerful drugs are psychosis, depression, and sometimes they don't realize that they've been raped until later on when they start having flashbacks of what happened that night.
That's the scariest thing I've ever heard. And I thought there was I didn't know there was another drug to do this. But the only reason I know it's GHB is because that guy Janikowski, that kicker for the Raiders, got arrested with it 3 times. That's the only reason I even knew that it existed, because I guess I'm just in an age group where that type of thing doesn't happen. And these are drugs that are available on the street. I mean, you're not going to get a ketamine prescription. There are people that will sell you that stuff.
Absolutely. It's the illicit drug market, GHB and Rohypnol. Rohypnol is a pharmaceutical pill, and ketamine also is a tranquilizer used for animals by veterinarians. It's a powerful anesthetic. It takes effect within 25 minutes, 15 to 25 minutes, and it makes the victim paralyzed.
Oh, okay. I don't even want to start to think about how horrible an act that is. I mean, I just can't even imagine that. That's something where you can't just give a girl that stuff in a bar, because then you got to carry her out, right?
Well, that's the point.
So that happens in the real world, and people see that. There are people sitting around watching a girl get carried out of a bar, and they think that's normal and okay, and they just go on about their business.
Right. They assume that the victim is drunk. And what we will teach this evening is that use the team concept. You got to take care of your friend. You need to start wondering, why is she acting so bizarre with just a couple of drinks?
Yeah.
Why is she passing out? And especially, do not let that person leave with a stranger.
Oh, absolutely not. That's just, and you know what? I'm going to try, having a daughter, it makes it really hard to be nice about this. I get it that girls make bad decisions and whatnot, because that's been going on since the dawn of time. I understand that. But the thing, after talking to you, that I'm just completely perplexed and disgusted by is that this is part of guy culture. You know what I mean? That's normalized amongst, college-age males or whoever these guys are that are doing this?
Yes.
You could find some random hooplehead, 20-year-old college kid, and he knows where to get GHB or ketamine or whatnot, and knows that other guys are doing it, and these guys don't. I mean, I don't. If I saw Steven do that, I would murder him in cold blood right on the spot. But these guys are high-fiving each other and going, "Awesome, you got a girl comatose and had sex with her."
And you got to remember that not all the young crowd has this philosophy. It's our early predators that you should prey on a woman, or you should use this type of date rape drugs to accomplish their sexual fetishes, because somehow they're just not right, and it's the only way for them to get
whatever sick thing they're into. And man, and if you're crazy enough, if you're tore up enough to drug a girl like that, then you're already just mentally, you're just gone anyway. The fact that you would stoop to that level is pretty scary. And how do you, other than making people aware of this, which you obviously have to, that's what this thing tonight is all about, is making sure these people are informed. But because when I first read this, I thought, man, every girl, but you know what? Guys need to go to this too. You need to see, because guys can stop this shenanigans from happening while they're there.
Absolutely. They need to realize that this is not the right thing to do. And you have to, as a male, step up to the plate and say, hey, that's wrong, or warn the victim, call the police.
Yeah, exactly. Could you deputize like me? Because I'll go around to just just give me a mag light and a badge, and I'll take care of the rest. And one of those big mag lights with like 4 D-cell batteries in it. One of those, you know what I mean? Something you could really swing with both hands. I'm going to go home, I'm going to pick my daughter up from school, and then I'm going to lock her in the house, and she's never leaving. Because, it's really easy, thanks to TV and movies and whatnot, because you know that these individuals are in the world, but people really need to make that connection that these are regular people. This could be the guy next door. This could be anybody at this point.